Sonic R is a racing game that was released in 1997 for the Sega Saturn. It was also later ported to the PC and was playable on the Sonic Gems collection. I played this game a lot, both on the PC and Gems collection. I remember the PC version I had came in a 3-pack with Sonic & Knuckles and Sonic CD. Sonic R is notoriously known as a pretty bad game, and while that is kind of true, it has so much charm. The character models are mostly nice to look at, the levels are fun to explore, and the soundtrack goes way harder than it needs to. There are 4 characters to select at the start of the game: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy Rose, of course. You can unlock 6 other characters as well, which are Eggman, Metal Sonic, Metal Knuckles, Tails Doll, Egg Robo, and Super Sonic. Each character has varying stats and some unique abilities. Amy and Egg Robo are both the game's worst characters, but since Egg Robo is an unlockable character and can't truly 100% the game, I'll be playing as Amy. For this challenge, I'll be completing the game 100% and playing on the hardest difficulty. I'll also be setting the weather on random and skipping the snowy weather, since it freezes water hazards and that could give me an advantage. So now let's see if you can 100% Sonic R using only Amy. The main game is played through the Grand Prix mode. At the start, you can select between 4 courses: Resort Island, Radical City, Regal Ruin, and Reactive Factory. I'm only just now realizing as I'm typing the script that all the levels begin with the letter R. Sonic R. In each course, there are 5 Sonic tokens to collect, along with Chaos Emeralds. Resort Island has 1 Chaos Emerald, and the other courses have 2 each. Collecting all tokens and finishing a course in any place will allow you to race a secret character, who will become playable if you beat them. To get the Chaos Emeralds, you have to find them by unlocking gates with the rings that you get throughout the stage. The Chaos Emerald will be given to you if you grab it in a race and finish in first. If you don't finish in first, you won't get the Emerald and will have to try again. I started off with Resort Island. Amy's controls were definitely something that would take some getting used to. She's also the only character that races in a car, and it's pretty slow. Amy does get a rechargeable boost, but when you use it, it keeps you in one direction and you can barely move anywhere but forward. Amy's car can also be used to drive over water where most other characters would sink, but her movement is slowed even more. Her boost can't be activated while over the water either. Going into Resort Island, I had the mindset of collecting everything in one race, but Amy is just not capable of doing that unless you're extremely lucky. Don't hit the flag, Amy! Oh, come on, Amy Rose! Shit. Dude, can you just get on the ledge, Amy Rose? Are you kidding me? Collect a coin! I only managed to do this a few times and ended up getting crushed by Metal Sonic. Oh no, he takes shortcuts. Oh no, I didn't mean to do this. Thankfully, I still got to keep my Chaos Emerald since I finished the main race in first. I tried quite a few more times to beat Metal Sonic, but Amy is just ridiculously slow. I'd never played on hard mode before, and these guys were giving me a run for my money. After many losses, I eventually decided that I would revisit Resort Island and moved on to my favorite level, Radical City. At the start of the race, you can see just how laughably slow Amy is compared to the others. What we just went through. Dude. Leave me alone. Everyone's hurting me. What have I done? Her speed did not help in collecting the tokens either. I still had the idea of collecting everything in one race since that's how I'm used to playing Sonic R, and that was a miserable experience my first few run-throughs. Oh my god, I can't get up there. Oh god, that sucks. Because Amy has no jump. Stop hitting me. Oh, I want those rings. Come on. Oh, wait, I can make the jump like this.
You obviously don't have the talent.
Stop hurting me! I opted to collect both of the Chaos Emeralds first, which took a couple tries. I'm 1 ring short, dude. F me. I almost lost to Knuckles on the final lap, but a max ring speed boost on the boost pad launched me right past him, and I secured both the Emeralds. Oh! We did it! 2 Chaos Emeralds for me. Oh yeah. Now for the tokens. There are 2 specific tokens that I ran into trouble trying to collect. There's one on this platform that can be easily gotten if you can jump. I didn't even make, is it? What? You pretty much have to use Amy's speed boost here, and if you miss, you'll fall down and have to try again on another lap. It is possible to collect this token without the boost, but it seems to be very precise, and if you're not going fast enough, Amy won't break through the gate. That's where I ran into some minor issues collecting another coin by the Sonic pinball area. Oh god. Amy Rose, you can bust through it! You have speed! Go! You have a whole car! You're in a car! Now, you may be asking yourself, why is Ray just not collecting the tokens and finishing the race? He doesn't have to get first place when collecting the tokens to race the secret character. Well, let me tell you. I literally just forgot. That's it. I have no other explanation other than I was on autopilot mode and in it to win it. I did end up realizing my time-consuming mistake and collected every token to race Tails Doll, one of the Sonic creepypasta mascot characters. He actually wasn't too hard to race against, though it was almost a close race by the last lap. Boom! The first unlocked character. Regal Ruin was up next, and this course has some extremely tight turns to make. Jeez, man. The corner, for f***'s sake, Amy. You're in an all-terrain vehicle. Surely you can go up a corner. Knuckles was here cranking Echidna Hog into high gear, and that made it very frustrating to be able to collect anything. There's one emerald near the start of the race, locked behind a 50-ring gate, and another a little past it, locked behind a 20-ring gate. These emeralds were both a bit too out of the way for Amy to collect both in one race, so I got one at a time, which was far easier. All that was left was the tokens, and you would not believe what my brain tricked me into thinking I had to do again.
Ray, you don't have to get first place after you collect all the tokens! Ray!
Maybe the real challenge here was overcoming my own stupidity. I will say, it was incredibly annoying to try and collect this token by the spring. Normally, you could just jump on the spring and get the token while continuing the race. But with Amy, you have to reach the top where the spring bounces you to and line yourself up in just the right spot to collect the token. You can pull off a pretty cool turn after getting it though. Regal Ruin's secret character is Egg Robo. He's also a pretty bad character. He can't jump and can only hover over water for a second or two before sinking. His speed isn't too bad though, but it wasn't good enough to catch up with Amy, and I beat him on my first try. Now on to Reactive Factory. I was kind of dreading this one because it's arguably the hardest level in the game. That's not saying much, but with Amy, who knows what could happen. My biggest worry was collecting the Chaos Emeralds. There are two locked behind 50-ring gates, and after you open the gate, you have to wait for them to drop or be shot out of the sky. Wouldn't you know it though? What course had me worried the most was actually the easiest. I collected one Chaos Emerald each in 2 different races, and I have to give it up to this turning trick you can do to skip the giant loop. It saves so much time and put me far ahead of everyone else. You'll be thrilled to know that this time, I did not forget about the rules of the tokens. Here, I'm put up against Metal Knuckles, which I think is the coolest character in the game. He does not mess around either. There he goes. Dude, what the hell? If you don't use the turning trick I mentioned a moment ago, the race is an easy loss. Even with other characters, I remember having such a hard time trying to unlock Metal Knuckles. I don't know if it was some sort of divine intervention or just the game being janky, but I beat him on my first try. He could have easily smoked me, but it looks like the AI got stuck on a few parts of the race. A win is a win, I suppose. Now that I was much more used to Amy's playstyle, I went back to Resort Island for a rematch against Metal Sonic. See what I mean? He's so fast. Why'd they put the final boss on the first level? Did I just win? Did he go on the... I just won? Bless this awful AI. I was toast if Metal Sonic didn't go through the loop at the very end. Another win for me and street cred for Lady Luck. Since I got first in all 4 courses, I unlocked the final course, Radiant Emerald. I also unlocked Super Sonic as a playable character since I got all the Chaos Emeralds. We'll get back to him later. Radiant Emerald is basically a dollar store version of Rainbow Ride, except it has the best song in the game, Diamond in the Sky. I did not do so well on my first try. Stop pushing. This is bad.
You're just still clocking on down the road, aren't you? Move! Move! Move!
In this course, there's a 50-ring gate near the start of the race. If you unlock it, you'll be treated to a boost pad that will give you a huge boost, especially if you have 50 rings, which will give you a max boost. Even with this shortcut, I fell far behind towards the end. There are some turns Amy has to make that just seems to decrease your speed significantly, which of course, as you all may know, is not good. That, like, oh shoot. No! No! In my second try, I was trailing pretty far behind on the last lap. However, the max boost from the shortcut gave me a pretty big lead. I had Sonic and Knuckles right behind me, and it seemed like the race was mine for the taking. Oh, Amy Rose, please!
Nope.
No way, dude. What an absolute robbery. This would become routine for almost all of my attempts. I'd get right to the very end, and Sonic or Knuckles would spring out right behind me, snooping as usual. Oh, please. Drift. Oh my god, no.
What is going on here? What is going on?
But I wasn't about to give up. Victory was just around the corner, and I was determined to win. I was trailing behind Knuckles and Sonic for nearly the entire race. In the final lap, I hit a max boost and was set far ahead in the lead. The usual spot was coming up though, and I drifted just good enough to not lose too much of my speed. It's not, Okay, wait a minute. We just drifted better. Hold on. Let's go, dude. Finally. I crossed the finish line and proved that you can beat Sonic R 100% using only Amy. It was about time. While this wasn't a soul-crushing challenge, it's certainly one that will put your skills to the test. Now, of course, since I unlocked better characters along the way, I went back to Radiant Emerald and messed around with them after basking in my glorious victory. All right, it's been a long time since I've done this. Let's see if I still have it. I kind of don't even remember how it's supposed to go. So, alright. Didn't quite get it there, but what you're supposed to do is if you are going at a speed and drift, you can skip through most of the level like that. And that's what makes Metal Knuckles so good. Thank you all so much for watching. Sonic R is a game that's very close to my heart. I have fond memories of playing this game on my family's old computer, and I could jam all day to living in the city. As always, if you have any challenge runs you'd like to see, be sure to drop your suggestions in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to see more challenges from me, be sure to subscribe. I also stream all of my run attempts live on my Twitch channel. If you'd like to check that out, you can find a link in the description, along with links to my other social accounts if you want to keep up with anything else I have going on. Thanks again for watching, everyone. See you in the next video.